Yes, nonsense and analysis. Hi, dear viewer. So let's jump right into round two of the SA Open. Basically, the round is still on. There wasn't really anything nice to look at. Um, the one game that I think sort of attracts our attention is the one on board one because yeah, Daniel Cawdery, well, unfortunately for him, didn't manage to win against Vusumuzi Mlahleki. So with the white pieces, that is already quite a big surprise. And yeah, let's have a look at the game. So the game was e4, e5, Petrov offer to go into the Petrov, which was declined. So we have four knights on the board, bishop b4, and now a very yeah, it's a sideline. I think possibly Daniel will kick himself for choosing this sideline because yeah, here I mean just normal, castle d3, and we have a normal position where one can ask questions. So, at the end of the day, it's about asking the opponent questions, relevant questions so that the opponent can go wrong. So the disadvantage of sidelines like these is that if the opponent responds normally and finds sort of the logical moves, then you don't have a lot to ask the opponent. The position kind of fizzles and becomes very direct, but very easy for the opponent to react. I think this is what happens in the game. So knight takes d5, knight d4. Okay, there almost is no other move. And we have this position. So yeah, I think it was a wrong decision for Daniel to go into this position. A position with no knights and bishops, and the center is going to be open. Yeah, maybe not the right position to go into if you are looking for a win. Queen g4, bishop c5, and yeah, he tries to sort of it's a try before. But yeah, as you can see, so sort of the viewer, it's kind of fizzling. Mm, it fizzles a lot. I mean, if you play, I think before has to be sort of be played because if you play d3, d6, attacking the queen, and it's already not mm, what we are looking for. No, definitely not what we are looking for. So b4, yeah, takes, queen takes d4, bishop e7 to put the bishop on f6, rook b1, bishop on f6, queen e4, rook e8, queen f3. Did he have to play queen e4? Because it does look like some kind of an unfortunate move to let the rook go to e8 with tempo. But maybe there was no other way already. Okay, but on the other hand, it also makes sense because there is no d6, I guess, yeah. A6, then is played bishop d3 and d6. So black plays very logically. And okay, white has got some small pull, but how to pose questions? Bishop b2, and things are getting exchanged, yeah. And black plays queen g5. So, okay, from a positional point of view, white has to be a little bit careful because if the bishops are left on the board, then the pawn on d5 could be more of a hindrance than yeah, a plus. Yeah, so rook b4 is then played. Yeah, the character of the game seems to me like more like forcing, white has to go this route. Almost to keep it going. And queen takes d2. And yeah, a lot of activity, but I think not enough to get the point. Very equal position. It's a try. Rook c4, rook e7 is a good move. Rook e4, what else to play? Exchanges, then g6. check, king g7. So more or less forced moves, yeah. At least from place point of view, black is reacting to the threats. So queen goes to d8. And once again, black cannot let white take on c7. Black cannot play c6. So queen c3 is another only move. Black is forced to make only moves. But unfortunately for white, these only moves are good enough to hold the balance. And okay, white plays f4. Already has to play very quickly to try and get to f5. b5. Yeah, this is maybe, I think, it was a difficult moment, I guess, for Vusumuzi. But once again, it's difficult to suggest anything else because you do need to coordinate the rook and the bishop. Because if this rook gets into the game, then black is lost. So b5 again suggests itself, I guess. f5 is played, bishop b7 on the move. Check, king h6, only move once again. And queen d7. So now the threat, of course, is queen h3 with Armageddon. So queen d4 is an only move again. Yeah, unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a way well, queen d4 with check, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the whole point. And now it grabs the pawn, and that equalizes, I guess, because he threatens checkmate. And you have to play check. He plays queen h5. You have to play queen h3 check. Well, okay, g5, queen g5. Pawn to g5 already looks ridiculous for black. It looks very risky. And because he played queen g5 and then there was a perpetual. So pawn to g5 if he's trying. But anyway, your king cannot get into the game now. I think g5 just looks risky for no reason type of thing, yeah. So those type of moves that would be. And the queen is also battling to find squares. I mean, white can play bishop e2 if white chooses. Oh no, this is just bishop e2, queen h4. Yeah, it just doesn't look right for black to allow this, right? So queen g5 is very logical. Because I'm threatening mate again, so queen h3 check, and then it was a repeated a draw. So I think that yeah, Vusumuzi played well, but in a way, the variation that Daniel chose was possibly not the right variation because it forced Vusumuzi into a position of only moves, right? And he's good enough to find these moves. They were not too difficult to find. So yeah, a good result for him. Not so great for Daniel because he drew with the white pieces. But okay, it's 11 rounds. Yeah. Now it will be important for Daniel to mentally get himself back, and then to go on as usual. Let us have a look at what's happening. So in board two, Ruud van Zyl won, and then Banele won, Dante won. Providence looks like he's still playing, it's still on, but it looks like he's going to win this end game. And then, okay, first Rafael drew. Michael Simpson won. And yeah, okay, James won. And let's have a look at this one with the player from Germany, Petschke. What's happening here? He seems to be winning. Yeah, so he's going to win as well. So yeah, there doesn't seem to be any upset. Yeah, except maybe board one. Not really a big upset, but certainly the result, not a result that we were expecting that would happen, especially with Daniel having white. All right. So yeah, tomorrow, another double round. Very interesting game. Of course, with the SA Open, in recent years where there's always been the first two rounds, double rounds. And remember here, they have limited the section to over 1800, which makes it tougher on the four rounds. Before you would get like when it was completely open, the first three rounds at least you'd get relatively weakish opponents. Then but now it's I think the most important thing is to try not to drop anything. The player who manages to get around the 2 days, four rounds, right? Still relatively okay. Will be in good shape. But of course, it's a long way to go because after these 2 days, then it's one game a day, right? So of course, then it's sort of a normal chess. All right. So yeah, still a lot to play for. We are going to keep a close eye. Very interesting. And yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah. So yeah, do please keep an eye on the space. We're following the SA Open. And yeah, once again, I'll ask you to please share, like, and comment. Please do comment, give us some variations. And then yeah, see you on the other days as well. Till then, checkmate.